Hey guys, if you're new here and you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. So recently in Power Rangers Edge of Darkness, Master Vile showed up in that comic as the major threat for the Phantom Ranger. And Master Vile, if you don't remember, he was a big threat in MMPR Season 3 and Alien Rangers. So a lot of people have been asking me and asking in the comments and on social media and stuff like that, when are the comics going to cover the Season 3 stuff we saw in the show? And although that's a very good question, I'm kind of in no rush to see the ninja powers just yet. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean you don't want to see them just yet? Well, we're still in the middle of a big story arc in Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin. I think if they jump to the ninja powers in like a couple of issues or next issue, it would be too sudden. It would be too out of place for the characters to have their ninja powers already. I think if they're going to get the ninja powers in the comics, there needs to be sort of like another time skip between events in the comic storyline. So maybe after this big arc with the Imperials, then they can transition to the ninja powers after this whole story arc. Because think about it, we had Shattered Grid, we had Beyond the Grid, then we had Necessary Evil, and Beyond the Grid was sort of that buffer between the storyline or the timeline for the transition from Season 1 to Season 2 of Mighty Morphin. Which, if they do like another event like they did with Necessary Evil, then maybe they can do like a big reveal, kind of like what they did for the Stone Canyon Trio, where after the whole Imperial battle, there's another time skip, and the Rangers have their ninja powers already, and Kat's part of the team. They've got their ninja zords and stuff like that, and then they can do the arrival of Master Vile in the comics, sort of like what they did with Necessary Evil. They can do that again, because I don't think we need to see a one-for-one recreation of Ninja Quest, because if Ryan showed us anything when writing Go-Go, we don't need to see one-for-one recreations of certain storylines in the comics, because when he did the whole White Light, we didn't see a one-for-one recreation because we kind of knew what happened in the TV show if we grew up watching the TV. We kind of knew what happened in the comics if we grew up watching the TV show. So he skipped over stuff like Rita coming to Earth with Bulk and Skull trying to break her out because they didn't know what was in there. They jumped over a lot of things here and there, but they kind of brushed over the stuff we already knew. They did their own alternate retelling of White Light, which worked out really well. I enjoyed it quite a fair bit, where Tommy went on that journey to get the powers in the TV show. They filled in the gaps and stuff like that. That was really cool. So they don't need to do like a story arc where we have a couple of months of the Rangers going on their ninja quest. We kind of don't need to see that. I'm fine with like another time skip with them getting their ninja powers like in the next big story arc, like after the Imperial stuff, like I mentioned. Now, on a slight unrelated note to the ninja powers, well, it's kind of related to the topic with the ninja powers because they were together in Season 3. A lot of people do ask me, or do wonder, or do speculate, when are we going to see Rita returning in the comics? Because usually around this time, Rita and Lord Zed were married. The reason why they got married in the TV show, you probably all know by now, is because Zed was too scary for the kiddies, and all the parents complained. I made a video on it, go check it out. It was a fun video I made where I talked about the whole toning down Lord Zed for the TV show because of all the parents complaining and stuff like that. I made a video on it, lots of fun to make. Go check it out for sure. So I didn't really care if Ryan did the wedding or not. Like, I was fine with evil Lord Zed doing his evil Lord Zed things because Ryan wrote him to be so malicious, so evil, so cunning and tricking and stuff like that. But I went back and read Go-Go with Ryan doing his version of Rita, and I forgot, well, I didn't forget, I sort of forgot how evil Ryan made his Rita, his version of Rita in the comics, with how planning and tricking and malicious she was with her trying to get rid of the Rangers back in those early issues of Go-Go and stuff like that. So that would be really cool to see Rita making some kind of return in the comics, because if we've got Ryan's version of Rita and Ryan's version of Lord Zed, they could probably do a lot of damage depending on what storyline he wants to write for him, or what happens in the comics if he chooses to do that. I mean, just thinking about it, they could probably do a lot of damage if they returned in the comics. That would be really cool to see. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on the ninja powers showing up on the comics? When do you want to see them? Do you think we will see them? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts and speculations on if the ninjetti powers will be showing up in the Boom Studio comics. And with that said, I think that's going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on all notifications. Special thanks to all the members such as Swagger4. If you want to get your name shouted out like Swagger4 over here, become a Zord tier member or higher for special perks on the channel and stuff like that. Also, I'm on Patreon now. If you want to sign up to the Patreon and help out the channel, that'd be much appreciated. You don't have to if you don't want to, but like I always say, your support is greatly appreciated. Even if you just hit that like button and leave a comment down below, you're helping out the channel in any way, shape, or form possible. With that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.